Welcome back, piggies, to another episode of the Pigskin Pals podcast with your hosts, Dane and AJ. Today, we got your week 7? Yeah.
Yep, week
Week
7.
7, usual episode with DFS and our picks for our leagues. A little bit of a spoiler, we kind of had our first stinker of the year in DFS, but we'll go over that in depth a little bit more in the episode. Without further ado, let's get stuck right into it.
All right, before we hop into the weekly recap and the week 7 primer, I guess you can call it, I kind of want to go back, talk about our teams a little bit. I'm a Packers fan, AJ's a Cowboys fan, how we're just feeling kind of close to mid-season, and then how some of our recent takes have been doing. I know last week we had a fun episode about score or snore, where we were trying to project players that would score a touchdown or not. I did mention in that episode that I was just going to put together a parlay based on my answers. And lo and behold, I won 477 buckaroonies.
Let's go.
Cha-chang.
Let's go.
So what happened was I put them all in, and then Thursday night, AJ Brown didn't score a touchdown. I said he was going to score a touchdown. So it was flexed, but immediately pretty busted. So I was like, I'm doubling down. You can't ruin my week on a Thursday. So instead of $10, I put down another $5. And so it was J.K. Dobbins, lower, Hetteroa, McMillan, higher. Man had 2 touchdowns. George Pickens, higher. Aaron Waller, higher. He almost saved Mike McDaniel's job. I was so excited when that one happened, because that was the one that I was most worried about.
Yes.
And I was like, no way
It's
happened.
happening.
And then Quinshon Judkins, lower. Emeka Ibuka, lower. Unfortunately, he got hurt in that game.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And then Bill, Ja'Cory Costi, Merritt, under. That one was a sweat and a half last night. So lots of fun. That was a fun episode last week. I think we'll definitely bring it back later on in a couple of weeks and do it again.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
leave some players in the comments down below who you want to know about, if they will score or snore. But transitioning into our teams, the Packers got a win last week. It wasn't the prettiest of wins.
No.
And the Cowboys, you had an unfortunate L. So talk about your Cowboys a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is just what this team is. Offense looks great. I think they punted one time. It happened to be the last drive that they had a chance to score a touchdown, because they lost on the next drive afterwards. But it's just what every week's going to be. I mean, it's a fun watching experience, I will say, as a fan, where it's always going to be high scoring. It's always going to be a fun game that way. However, it's a little bit infuriating as an actual fan, because you just know they're not going to stop anyone. They're just the Bengals from last year. There's no point in getting around that. They'll probably end up 500 or one game over 500 unless they make some moves to shore up this defense. We are getting Overshown and someone else. I can't remember who else is coming back. Oh, a rookie, Revel, coming back soon here, hopefully the next couple of weeks, so maybe that'll help. But I don't really have super high hopes for the playoffs. If anything, they get in the last slot in wild card. Although I will say we are kind of lucky that the NFC East is all up for grabs at this point. So they still could win that if they turn the defense around, but we shall see.
Yeah, nice that Commanders had an L.
Commanders and Eagles.
I was so
losing.
surprised that Bears came back and won that.
I know. I was cheering so hard for the Bears. It was awesome. So it would have been really nice to capitalize with a win there. Go to 3-2-1 or whatever we would have been, and really be in the hunt for that NFC East spot. But we're still in it. I just don't have high hopes because of the defense.
Do you think anything changes when CD comes back? How do you expect the offense to kind of shake out when?
Pickens has been, I think the only guy that really, really gets hurt by it is going to be Ferg, probably. He'll be the most affected, because Pickens is getting those, for the most part, really explosive plays like you would expect from him, whereas Ferg's getting the more mid-range, short looks, screens type things like that, which I think will transition back to CD. So I think, for fantasy advice here, if you got Ferg and you're relying on Ferg, maybe try and trade him, get up to a big boy like Trey McBride or something. That'd be my thing, just because I think he'll probably see a little bit of a dip if I had to bet. But it's hard to say that, because the offense is so good. He's still going to be a playable guy every week.
And you don't think George Pickens is a sell high right now either?
No. I think Pickens will be fine. He's not going to have 200 yards and touchdown or whatever every week, but I think he'll be a solid wide receiver too, moving forward as well. I think him and CD will be pretty similar. I think CD obviously will have more target share or like more targets, so he'll get points that way, whereas Pickens will have probably more touchdowns and big plays.
Yeah. Cool. And the Packers side of stuff, I was on top of a hill after week 2, after we beat the Lions and then we beat the Commanders.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it does feel like we are one of the best teams in the NFL. And then we went through kind of a slump, and it doesn't feel like we're fully out of it yet either, because it's more of our defense lacking this past game. The offense looked unbelievable, minus that like errant bobble that became an interception, but it looked like every single time that Love dropped back, he was ready to rip it 20 plus yards. And I was like, oh yeah, I could see this happening. But yeah, we've had some unfortunate injuries too. Like, I just want everyone back. We really need Devontae Wyatt back, it feels like, on our defensive line.
Sure.
Because we have just we've been getting pressures, but no like QB hits or sacks or anything. Like, it's just hurries and having them get out of the pocket, and it hasn't really been working out. And it feels like we just allow really long drives. I think it slows down the game, and then we score pretty fast, and then it's just like, it's not the most interesting game to watch, honestly, when you're watching the Packers game. But honestly, Jacobs, it feels like he's back in his groove. It will be interesting to see what happens with Watson coming back. So
yeah,
a bit excited. For playoff expectations, I'm expecting to make the playoffs, but it doesn't feel like we're going to be winning the division at this point. It feels like we're going to be behind the Lions, but I think the second matchup will really determine that when we play them for the second time.
For sure. Yeah, I could see it even coming down to that game. Like, whoever wins that game probably ends up winning the division entirely.
We still have yet to play any other divisional game too. That was our one in.
Yeah, and the Bears look okay. Like, they're not like a pushover. I mean, I guess the Vikings are reasonable too. So like, none of those games I'd say are like chalk up wins. So got some work ahead of them for sure.
All right, well, let's hop into last week's recap of DFS. I came out with a win with just over 90 points. It was a lackluster weekend. We put these lineups together pretty early on.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday. But as you can see, I got a win, and now I tied it up. So it is 3-3.
Yeah, you're on a streak here, a little 2-game win streak right now.
I would like it. We could have put up a lot more points. It felt like we had something right there with Stafford and the Puka stack, and that really let us down.
Yeah.
And then like my safety picks, like Olave was a good I feel like I have to start playing Olave every single week. I almost did a Olave Rattler stack because it was so cheap this week 7, but then I could not do it. And Haskins was the wrong running back play.
Definitely the wrong one there.
Should have played Vidal.
Yeah, I don't know what I had. I felt like I had the matchups right. Like, the matchups looked good for most of these guys, and they just did not perform. Obviously, Puka got hurt. Rome, it was a DeAndre Swift game, I'd say, for the Bears. Like, he went crazy, and DJ Moore had an okay night too, so that was a little bit of a bummer for Rome. And then my running backs were just putrid. Javonte wasn't bad. It's just the passing offense was so dominant in that game, so he just kind of got left by the wayside a little bit.
And the 2 tutties for T-Mac felt great for our lineups. It was only 3 catches though, so I mean,
yeah, he didn't really have all that good of a game, but
Rico was just scoring.
Do you think they can bring Chuba back? Like, do they start Chuba? Like, what do you do with this situation?
I think it will be 50-50. I mean, think about the matchups that Rico's had too, where you went up against the Dolphins and then the Cowboys.
The 2 worst run defenses, probably. I don't know the actual stats, but they're probably pretty close.
Like, Chuba wasn't bad himself. I don't think it's going to be the full Chuba show when Chuba's back. It's going to be more of that split work field, and I think that it will just kind of be more like keep the hot hand, kind of more like what Detroit does.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think they'll just give, Rico the job. He just literally had he was like not involved at all in the beginning of the year, so I think they'll just get him more touches rather than take away from Chuba, like, incredible, or like
as
totally. So
Chuba owner, like it feels bad, like watching Rico go off that much, where it's like I had a decent piece and it really just lost value with his injury, and it's like, damn, what could he have done during those games too?
Right?
Like,
I don't know. I like have this weird feeling. He just doesn't seem like a guy who puts up 200 yards and like touchdowns. That's just not a Chuba stat line. 80 yards and 3 catches and maybe a touchdown. He's just like a solid guy, not like a pop-off guy.
he was 100 plus last year.
All right, well, that's just my feeling, okay?
Into this week, I got Chuba Hubbard. Just kidding.
Yeah, that'd be sick from you.
I won
bounce
last
back
week,
here.
so I'll have the honors. I'll roll down my thing first. We've been super consistent on.
I got a feeling we're gonna be different here.
I think so too. I went
that point.
with Jared Goff.
Don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I was kind of just between 4 quarterbacks. I wanted Baker, Goff, Jaden Daniels, or Dak Prescott. I was like,
Yep.
these 2 games feel really exciting to build teams around.
I agree.
And I went with the cheapest one in Goff.
Fair. I went with Dak, who's also fairly cheap. You talked about it, both that your matchup at like Tampa Bay, Detroit matchup, and Dallas Washington matchup. I assume will be pretty high scoring. All of the quarterbacks have been playing pretty well, and Dak at this point, I was nervous about him going into that Packer game. I'm like, I don't know how he'll perform against a real team type of deal, but I think he's kind of just like a set it and forget it type player at this point in your lineup. Like you can keep him in there and not worry about it. He's looked so good all year. I don't really see him having a poor game, and he's pretty cheap along with Goff.
And at running back, I went with Jahmyr Gibbs. So I just doubled up. I'm like, Lions are going to better be scoring points in this matchup.
Wow.
They lost to the Buccaneers last year too, so I feel like Dan Campbell's going to come with a vengeance and want to throw up some points. It's interesting too because there's not a lot of weapons right now on the Buccaneers, so I don't expect them like fully keeping insane pace. So I think there's going to be quite a bit of points on the ground.
Yep.
And I don't know where they're going to come from. I'm just trying to take a stab at it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going with Bill. He looked honestly pretty good yesterday for most part, other than his fumble. He played pretty well, and yeah, I mean, you saw Rico last week. Anyone can run on this Dallas team. It's gonna be a high scoring game. It's my little mini stack there. Going with Bill. He'll probably get in the end zone this week.
And my RB2, do not remember, but I got Jetty.
Bring mine down.
Yeah, just a great matchup.
Yeah,
against the Dolphins.
We literally talked about that. Dolphins and Cowboys is who Rico torched. I would say play any running back possible against the Dolphins at least.
And I think Stefanski saw a bit more of Gabriel's expertise, which is not really an expertise. Where the identity should be Judkins, and if they want to put up some yards and points, I expect it to kind of shift more on the ground game.
I would agree.
My wide receiver 1 is CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
My plan right now is I'll easily just kind of shift over to Pickens if CeeDee's not playing because Pickens is like $200 cheaper. So
that's fair. I probably should have done that. I just went with Devontae Adams, but I also have Pickens. You got me. I go with Devontae. If Puka's probably going to be out, he's going to get a lot of targets. He'll have probably a pretty nice game against Jacksonville. They're not too imposing on the defensive side, although he is overseas.
Excuse me?
You're excused.
The Jags have been a beast of a team on defense.
Not against the receiver, my friend. We're looking at fantasy points. We're not looking at football points, right? We're looking at fantasy points, and they have not done super great against the receiver. So going Devontae, I think it's just with Puka out. That's my main thing. I'm assuming Puka's not going to play. I think that's kind of the consensus here. So
side note, just talking about the Jags defense, someone has to make a breakdown on this Greg Newsome and Tyson Campbell trade because it feels like the weirdest trade of all time, and I don't understand why it happened.
No,
like it's just a 1-for-1 trade, like
basically, and like a 1-round swap or whatever. Yeah, it's
some sort of like personality diff or something. It's gotta be. But
and like I thought I saw something where it's like those guys were drafted really close to each other, like their draft capital was pretty similar. So it's like it's like, oh, we actually like the other guy better. Let's just
weird.
Switch. Like no, it's odd for sure.
And my wide receiver 2 is Rashee Rice. I think this might be the cheapest that you can ever get him. So I was just like, throw him in there.
Yeah, I really looked at that and I said, like, I don't know, like first game back, do I want to take the stab right away?
I definitely didn't.
I was thinking, I was thinking the same things you. Like, this is probably the cheapest I'll ever get him, but this also could be a game where he puts up a dud because he's just coming back. So I like it. It's a risk, though, for sure.
It's not like he's coming back from injury, though.
No, I know. But you don't know. He hasn't played with him in a while. You never know.
True. But, I mean, He's
They
got
need the help, so
QB.
I'm sure.
He's got the QB1
Yeah, Patty is
right
eating.
now. So,
Patty is eating
and it's a divisional game. Like anything can happen in
for sure.
those.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a good pick
I
for
feel
sure.
good about firing up double R.
Yeah,
And you have Diggs.
Diggs. Yes, Tennessee's been getting. They're a bad team. That's just the facts. They're not good. Drake May's been on fire. Steph Diggs is pretty cheap. He's in that same Rashi Rice type money that Drake's just been dealing. Diggs has looked okay. I want a part of Drake May and the Patriots offense. They've just looked so good. So I think a matchup against Tennessee is one to do it.
Do you recall what the prices were for Keyshawn Boutte or Demario Douglas?
I don't know.
Or
I do not.
anyone like that? Because, I mean, if you can choose any of the New England Patriots wide receivers, who do you have the most confidence in right now? Because for me, I'm just like, I have no idea.
It's kind of I have no idea. It's probably Diggs, but probably close behind Booty. I don't know. It's so hard. They're so hard. I just took a stab on one of them, and I like Diggs, so went that way.
All right, my wide receiver 3 is Jameson Williams. So
Can you
I'm really
imagine
going
Detroit-
for a
They just put
boom
up a
week.
dud. Holy.
I know he can definitely put up a dud. He had a good week last week.
His
Big
first good
bounce
week,
back
yeah.
week with tons of targets and
Mhm.
scored. And yeah, he was really the only other Lions piece that I could fit. I'm just trying to squeeze as much Lions pieces into my lineup as I can. And
There he
you
is.
have
George
Georgie
Pickens.
Porgy.
I just went with Pickens. I think CD will play, honestly, but I think Pickens will have a better game just because it's CD's first game back. I could see them playing it safe with him a little bit and not giving him full reps. So that's why I went with Pickens.
I'm hoping now that CD's just labeled as out and I can shift to Pickens.
You can just go to Pickens. Yeah.
Because I don't like that. Because, yeah, I was worried about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. And
Shall.
my tight end, finally, here's my comeback for my stack. So I have K. Dotton
There it is.
with all of my Lions pieces.
Bring her down. Bring mine down. K. Dotton. There he is. I mean, everyone's out, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's bound to get a bunch of targets. He's pretty cheap. I think it's a smart play.
Honestly, probably what I put in first. I felt most confident about
It
that
was
play.
early for me as well.
Not too expensive either. And I got Bill also at my flex. Bill. So I got
Okay, yeah, you paid down on your wide receiver. I'm like, where's your money coming from? And then I was like, oh, JMO's at 5,000. Okay,
And yeah, so there's my stack with CeeDee Lamb. And
I like that.
you have.
That's got
Whoa,
Shaheed.
wait, you got an explosive player
I'm going
too.
for the boom as well. So we got the JMO Rashid Shaheed boom week hopes here. We both could get duds. We both could get like 20. So it should be fun.
And defenses, I got the Panthers
Don't hate it.
going up against the
Kind of hate it,
Jets.
but I don't know.
And
I got
you
the Browns.
I do like that against
Yeah.
Miami too, man.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right, well, that is the DFS lineups for this week. Brought to you
Hell
by
yeah.
DraftKings. Join our pool down below.
Do that. These are our picks. They're all the same. Scoreboard last week. I think Dane. How did we do? You put it together. Did we do okay in redraft or did we suck?
I went 3-3. You
So I went
2-4.
2 and 4. So we kind of sucked. It
Yeah.
felt that way. I was looking at the leaderboard, like the matchups and everything at the end of last week, and I just, without going back and looking at our picks, I thought, I think I did really bad. Like everything just seemed wrong. So yeah, we got everything the same this week. Looks like we both picked ourselves. Nothing too crazy there. Austin on a little bit of a downturn here after some injuries and
he's
trades.
got to pivot off of Geno Smith, dude. Like,
Oh my God. It is so funny. We were talking yesterday. We were in a call with some friends, and Ian Lawson from high school. We talk with him sometimes, and he was like, and we were talking about fantasy or whatever, and Austin says he had Geno Smith, and he fucking lost it on Austin. He's like, what are you doing playing Geno Smith? Like, dude, he would be like the last option I choose. It was so funny. He just went off on him.
it's
and it
because
was
he
great.
built his whole team name and brand around him.
Like, Sam Darnold's on our waiver wire right now.
Like, I would play him.
It's insane. So
I think the key matchup right now for this week is the Riley Sam one. I think that was the closest one that I was debating
I
between.
believe that was correct.
I'm surprised
Sam's
that
got all his guys back, it seems like.
I know he's got Rice and Addison, but I thought that was an interesting matchup. I thought for sure you were going to be picking Riley.
No, I think it was like because Sam has been in such a tough time because of his awful draft taking these guys that don't play football. But now they're all here. I mean, not all here. Like Rashid's back. Mike Evans maybe is coming back. We'll see. Terry, I don't know. If all these guys play, his team doesn't look that bad.
Mm-hmm. And then Parker is getting some injury boost back too. We'll see with the CD Lamb. Hopefully,
Yeah,
he is playing. I'm
and
kind of banking on that by picking him. So we'll
yeah,
see.
we shall see. Moving on to Dynasty, where you had a nice week in picks.
Yeah, I had a 6-0 picks for Dynasty. Also had squeaked out another win in Dynasty, but I'm chalking myself up for an L this week, and it looks like you are doing the same.
Yeah, I mean, if Puka's out, Jake's obviously like I think undefeated at this point. Like his team's been going absolutely nuts. If Puka's out, CD is limited. All my star power seems to be faltering right now. Kyler may not even play. I'm kind of in injury hell right now, if I'm being honest. So it could be a problem here in the next couple of weeks. I need to pull out a win somewhere, but it's not going to be this week.
Yeah, I'm struggling with injuries too. Once again.
And your depth can't save you.
Because my depth are injured also. I don't know what the hell's going on with Chris Godwin, man. Like, did he just come back way too early, and now he has this random fibula injury? Like, what is that?
It's gotta
a
be
shin splint?
It's just too early. I think they tried rushing him back, and it was not worth it.
Yeah, so that's concerning. Honestly, do you think Baker's gonna have a down week this week?
It's tough. I'm very glad you bring this up. I'm gonna put this down because we don't really need it anymore. But I have Baker in redraft, and I have Justin Fields. And I am having a predicament because Justin Fields is either 4 points or 30 points, no in between. He seemingly has a good matchup, whereas Baker has been consistent all year, but is down all his guys. So I'm in a weird spot. I don't know who to play.
I would play neither. I would play Aaron Rodgers Thursday night against Cincinnati.
That sounds fucking disgusting. I'd rather just play Justin Fields.
I wouldn't.
I probably will just play Baker because he's just like, I mean, he's playing on an MVP level. Like he at this point is the MVP. I would say probably him or like Mahomes. But I mean,
I would cut him.
I would cut him. Hey, send me a trade. I'll decline it.
What about Jackson Dart's also on the waiver? You believe in those legs? I believe in those legs more than Justin Fields right now.
The matchup is, I don't know.
Yeah, Denver tough.
I think I'd rather just stay Baker than drop like Fields for someone else.
I have Fields in a roster. I'm dropping him this week. I'm picking someone else.
I got faith in him. I mean, it's probably because I'm stuck on my take of him being a league winner, but yeah, I don't know. So I'll probably end up playing Baker. But
didn't they like not have a forward pass last week? Like
probably some crazy shit like that.
And who's out now too? Oh, we can talk about some recent trades too. GM of the week, Mr. AJ Mortal, trading away Garrett Wilson for
Breece Hall and Matthew Golden. That shit feels nice. Yeah, ruined Austin's team too. That is for sure. Austin's already dealing with injuries, and then he gets sent that right there. That is tough. But yeah, I feel good about that right now because obviously Breece is going to be like heavily relied on at this point. So he's going to be great. And Golden looked pretty okay.
Yeah. And I played Parker in Dynasty last week, and it was a pretty easy matchup since Parker traded away George Pickens for a 2026 first round pick. I feel like he could have gotten a little bit more, honestly, with how Pickens has been playing.
Yeah.
And then he also traded away Matthew Golden for a 2027 first round pick.
Can I tell you?
But
this trade is insane. Can I say something? Sam traded away Steph Diggs.
Yeah, for a first round wide receiver. I know. I'm kind of livid about that because I've been trying to get Golden for a minute. I don't know how it Parker definitely got. I think Ethan got fucked. In this trade.
100% got fucked in this trade. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how it went through for Ethan's. I think Ethan got fucked. Parker's like, whatever, that's fine. He basically just re-rolled his first for Matthew Golden and whatever, that's fine. But Sam just got paid for no reason.
Yeah, there was one big winner, one big loser, and one middle tier. So
if you haven't caught on, there's ever been a good three-way trade.
Yeah, it's been a three-way trade. Team 1 got Matthew Golden for Stephon Diggs. Team 2 got a 2027 first-round pick for Golden and a 2026 third. And then Team 3 got Diggs in a third and lost a 2027 first-round pick, which...
Insane.
No.
Insane. No.
When I saw that, I was like, God damn it. I've been offering shit, but I mean, I guess I never offered a first round pick, but I mean,
no, it
only took him Diggs to give up.
No. Sam Good job, Sam. Way to get into this deal. I don't know how you fucking weaseled your way in there, but like,
Yeah.
good job. You're great. That's a great trade. Ethan, I know you're going for this all-in thing, but like, fucking holy shit, man. That's great.
And then there was one last trade. We just have been kind of going
I know it's been
trade
awesome.
crazy on the weekends
It's
recently.
been fun.
Parker made another trade where he acquired Rashad White, a 2027
Oh, yeah.
first round pick, a 2026 first round pick, and a 2026 third round pick, and shipped out Devon Achane, which I think is some great value.
For Devon,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, for a team that wasn't going to win anything anyway, getting rid of a great running back who knows about the length of the career that he's going to have. He's been pretty injury prone. Getting 2 picks, 26, 27, that's good enough and is like good enough for me as it is. But getting some pieces on top of that, that's great.
And then the biggest trade of all, I traded away a Cooper Rush to Sam for 40 fat.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then Cooper Rush scored negative points for him in the week. Fucking hilarious.
Wait, no, he did not.
Negative
That's
1 point.
back to back.
-1.
I don't know how he saw the game log from last week and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna send something over."
Insane.
I think we're never gonna be able to trade our backup quarterbacks again after that move.
Imagine he had just traded for fucking Mac Jones for a third 6 weeks ago. He would have had a starting quarterback this whole time.
Yep.
Oh, man. Anyway, that's where the trades. Our league mates are dumb sometimes, but so are we. That's all right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Deuces.